Hello, and a very good afternoon. Just doing the masterclass dance, aren't I? My name's Ben. Lovely to have your company this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. Thank you for tuning in for a masterclass where this is all about showing you some amazing techniques and demonstrations on something that we absolutely love, a collection that we know you absolutely love because you've already been buying it in your droves. And basically, it's all about showing you those techniques. Today, I think we'll kind of be going from beginner to intermediate to a little bit more advanced. So something for everybody on this amazing collection. And I'm delighted to say that I am back with, well, one of my absolute faves. And we had a right laugh yesterday. I was just reading back through some of the comments that you left us yesterday. So we are back by popular demand. Sort of. I'm with the lovely Craig. It's a Scotty. Hi, everybody. Here he is. How are you?
Hello, and I'm not dressed as an elf
No, you're
today.
not. What happened?
I got the right memo this time. Got the right memo. Yeah, what an awesome 2 hours we've got planned here on Masterclass. It's all about Sarah's signature Rose Garden collection. So what we're going to do over the next couple of hours is we're going to kind of walk you through, kicking off with a nice, relatively simple demonstration. If to maybe you're new to Crafter's Companion, you may be new to crafting. With everything that's going on in the world just now, we're seeing more and more crafters actually becoming into crafting. So what we're going to do is we're going to start, but then throughout the show what we're going to do is we're going to lead up to a big kind of extravagant card. We're even going to bring in the foil press as well. We're going to do a bit of flower forming just to give you an idea of some of the really awesome cards that you can be making. So we've got background dies and we've got frame dies, but then we can see we could then even create our steppers when it comes to your Ultimate Pros or your scoreboards. You know, we've got embossing folders. Have a look at your gilding waxes that you can be using. You really can go all out with your different colour themes, very spring light, very pastel tones within them, but of course bring in other cardstock as well. Incredible big bundle, and some that you can only get within the bundle as well, but Ben will tell you all that.
I will take you through all of that. I'm slightly disappointed you're not in your elf jumper today. Kind of got used to looking across and seeing you there as my little Scottish elf.
At least I'm not going to be sweating like I was doing yesterday, anyway, because what you didn't see is every time the camera went across to Ben, I was going like that, I had the tissue going and everything like that, so yes, not quite as warm today, so
that is good news, is it not? Good news. Listen, we are live and interactive this Wednesday afternoon, so if you would like to get social with us, we would love to hear from you. No doubt we'll start chatting some random stuff over the course of the next couple of hours, as we tend to, but if you want to ask any questions during this masterclass, if there's anything you want to comment on, you can do so on Facebook. You can also do it on YouTube as well. And send us your pics. Yesterday, we had some lovely photographs sent in. We went on a bit of a Christmas theme yesterday, and I have a feeling that might be the way that we go today. But listen, if you want to send in any pictures of things that you've been making recently, particularly from this collection, we would love to see them, please. There's your email address, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, because, you know, it's great for us to inspire everybody else, but it's also great when you send in your pictures so that we can also inspire people with what you have been up to as well. Now, I want to take you through this massive bundle, and as you can see, right, I have got hardly any room here because this bundle is literally massive. It is so big. It's a good job I did a little mini workout today, got the old muscles going, because I need the muscles to be able to pick up all of the boards I've got to show you here with all the goodies that we've got in this collection. So this is the Rose Garden Complete Collection, Sarah's signature collection. It's 59 elements, and I'll take you all through it. What I want to do is show you all the different elements that you're going to get, and whilst we're doing this too, I will point out some of the elements that you can only get within this bundle, okay, because some of the elements you can get individually, but there are quite a number of items that you can only get within this bundle. So I will let you know when we get to those particular elements. But as Craig was talking about, you have got a bundle here which is just so beautiful. You can create so many wonderful projects with dies, with embossing folders, with cardstock. There's so much in here. First up, This is your beautiful Rambling Rose die. Take a look at that. I mean, absolutely stunning. The level of detail that you're going to get there. That is the first piece within this collection. Next up, we've got these gorgeous edgeables in here as well. It is the adorning lace. And again, all the detail that you get to be able to cut into your cardstock, may be great as well. To use these as edgeables. You've got in there too all these beautiful corners as well with all that detailed lace in there. Looks absolutely stunning. Next up is this stunning climbing rose, and once again you can see the level of detail that you're going to be able to achieve on this edgeable, on this die cut, and this is one of those pieces that you can only get within this collection. So if you love this particularly, pop this collection into your basket. I mean, you're saving what, about £60 today, and over $80. Now next in this collection, again absolutely stunning, is this rose corner. So much detail, and you think about all these beautiful flowers and the ways that you can use these and how you can use these through the year in all of your projects. There is just so much usability with this collection. We've got these gorgeous frames in here as well, the Regal frames in 3 different sizes for you as well, and you can begin to kind of picture in your mind's eye now how these are all going to build up to create some gorgeous, gorgeous projects. Next up, if you're into building your own flowers and making your flowers with maybe flower forming foam, you've got this beautiful traditional rose. Just great. Again, if you want to use these individually you can, but also brilliant for using not just with foam but with other materials as well to create some really realistic flowers, which again going to look great on your card projects. As I say, you can use other materials with these as well if you want to take these maybe into your soft craft as well. Now, along with that flowers, we of course got all of the foliage as well. And again, this is your filigree foliage, which comes with this collection. That's in there. Are you getting a bit of a sense as to how much stuff you get within this collection? It is massive. I'm not even halfway through yet, all right? And if you're thinking, well, this is great for £155, $208, not even halfway through. This is gorgeous. Now, I always get this wrong. This is the Fancy Floribunda. Is that pronounced correctly? Oh, good. Well done, me. Again, take a look at all of the detail in there and all the snippability that potentially you've got with that as well. Absolutely gorgeous. We are nowhere near done. Next up, we've got some beautiful sentiments in there as well. So this beautiful Thinking of You die, again, just allows you to use this in so many different ways. If it's stamps you're after, then we have got those as well. These again gives you loads and loads of different sentiments in here. Friends are flowers in the garden of life. I know, isn't that nice? Your friendship is a blessing. You put the sunshine in my day, and happiness blooms from within. There's more of those in there as well. Did very well reading those upside down. That's also included. Next, take a look at this. This absolutely stunning, ravishing rose. Again, how gorgeous is that? That is in the collection. You've then got embossing folders. And we were talking a lot about embossing folders yesterday and just how usable they are. Look at the detail of the emboss that you get there. 3D, of course, with this once again, so it gives you even more kind of big emboss, a different level of emboss, if you like, and that is just going to look absolutely gorgeous. But that is not all. We still keep going. Next up is the Grande lace. Again, take a look. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's all falling over. Take a look at the detail that you've got there. It is just so regal. It is so sophisticated, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous within that embossing folder. You're thinking to yourself, well, that's it, isn't it? No, that is not it. Next up, this wooden frame and corner selection. Again, absolutely stunning. Works in perfectly and mirrors a lot of the elements that you've already got within your collection. If you love this, again, this is another one of the elements that you can only get within the collection. And I think my fave thing about this collection is this. How cute is this, right? This is only available within the collection, but this is your wax seal kit. And I just think this is brilliant. You've got 2 different seals in there, all right, for you to be able to just kind of add that amazing finish touch to your envelopes, like they used to do back in the day. You know, everyone used to have their own sort of like family seal and stuff, didn't they? Sealing the envelopes, or using them in many other different ways as well. But you've got the wax included in there as well, the sticks, and those gorgeous seals too. and that again is only available within this collection. So if you're saying to me, well, hang on a minute, that's amazing. For £155 or $208, I'll have me a bit of that. That is not all. Because if you're going to get a collection like this, you'll want to get your cardstock and your paper as well. So this is what we're doing for you. We are giving you, within this collection, this stunning A4 luxury mixed cardstock, 250 GSM and 24 sheets of this. So you've got some pearlescent cards, some textured cardstock in there as well, and some absolutely gorgeous colours. So you've got kind of the pearlescent to the textured all the way through in all of these different colours. So 24 sheets of that, which is only available within this collection. If you're saying to me, well, that's amazing, that must be it, right? No, wrong. You're also going to get, within this collection, sheets of your flower forming foam as well. So again, in all of these gorgeous colours, matching up with the cardstock. And if you've got flower forming foam because you're going to be making flowers, you'll need stamens, right? Well, we'll throw in some stamens as well. You're going to get this amazing set of stamens, again, all colour coordinating. 400 stamens you're going to get with your flower forming foam as well. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? For £155 or $208. But we're not done, because you're also, I can't believe this either. Seriously, I can't believe this, because you're also going to get, if I hold this for you, you can see the designs on here. You're going to get a 12 by 12 paper pad and also a 6 by 6 paper pad with these gorgeous, gorgeous designs on. So your 12 by 12 paper pad is 48 sheets. Your 6 by 6 is also 48 sheets. I'll have a flick through these in more detail in just a bit, and no doubt Craig will be using a lot of these as well. But those are the beautiful, beautiful papers that you're going to get. Remember, 48 sheets of 12 by 12, 48 sheets of 6 by 6. But we're not done. I can't believe this. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? You're also going to get this gorgeous vellum as well. And not only are you going to get this in a 12 by 12 pad, you're going to get a 6 by 6 pad of this as well, 24 sheets in each. And what I will say is that the 12 by 12 pack of vellum is only available within this collection. I'm pleased to say that I am now finally done. That is a pre-Christmas Christmas gift, if you ask me, because the amount of goodies that you get in there for that price is, to use Sarah's phrase, off the chart. You've literally got everything you need there, haven't you? You've got your papers, you've got your vellum, you've got your dies, you've got your stamps, you've got your embossing folders, you've got wooden frames in there. I mean, seriously, what a stunning collection. And for 150, here's the other thing as well, take your 20% off that. I mean, that comes down even further, doesn't it? I'm trying to do the math on that now. 1550, 16, £31, £124. Or 166.40 if you're watching in the States. 10% of the stock has already gone, and I am not surprised, because it's a gorgeous, gorgeous collection at an unbelievable price. Must say a few hellos to Sylvia, who's in Norfolk, Cindy in Oregon, Martha in South Africa, and Patty from Michigan. Hopefully you are all getting your hands on these collections. If there's anything that you want to know in particularly about a component of the collection, if there's anything that you want to see in more detail, if you want me to flick through the pads as well, do get in touch and let me know, and I will be delighted to do that for you. But these are all ready going, and I am not surprised. Booper on YouTube says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Team Social. Good morning, Craig and Ben, says Karen. I can't wait to see Craig's beautiful creations today. And Betty on YouTube says, I've just received this collection. Looking forward to the inspiration. That is what we are here for. We're looking forward to the inspiration from the man across the studio right there. It is Mr. Craig. I mean, come on. This is an unbelievable collection at, well, stupid price, right?
It is, and I'm going to use that word that I use for anything like this. It's ridiculous. It's a humdinger of a collection, an absolute humdinger. Even I was like, gosh, kind of forgot how much you were actually
know.
getting within that full collection. I just take it for granted. You get so much, but then it's so versatile, and because you know you've got papers, or you've got vellums, and then you've got even your melts, you've got your flower forming. There is so much, and that's what by the end of masterclass, hopefully, I'll have managed to pickpocket quite a lot of these different products within the actual collections. Of course, see whatever I'm doing, replicate it exactly the same, or then you can then come along and start to incorporate other things as well. So what we're going to do with the first one is we're going to keep it relatively simple. So I've just taken in a 6x6 card blank. So 6x6, and then I've just folded it in half, or the first bit I've just folded it in half, so we're getting kind of like a Z shape, just like that one. Then I've just taken a couple of pieces of the papers from the paper pad. Then I just went round with just a little bit of our water reactive Noir black, very slightly. But of course you could go round with the blues if you want. And it's just simple bit of matting and layering onto my card blank. And because I have done the Noir Black Water Reactive, it kind of gives it a bit of a faux matting layer. So as you'll see here, I've not actually got an additional matting layer underneath. So what I'm just going to do is then bringing in my next piece here, which is then just going to mat and layer onto that side. And then this one is going to show how you're able to create a nice but elegant, relatively simple card.
And that's the thing as well, isn't it? With the masterclasses, is we always like to try and show demos for every sort of ability of craft, because this, if you're looking at this and you think to yourself, wow, actually it looks a little bit too sort of far gone for me, if you like, too much going on in there, I'll never be able to craft with this. There's so many different components in here for everybody, and the fact is, whether you started crafting last week or started crafting 10 years ago, this is a great kit to go for, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is. And as you were just saying, you know, sometimes you just need that idea as well as to where to start. So if you are an advanced crafter, you can see what I'm going to do with this one and think, yep, I like that one. So what I'm then going to do is I'll then incorporate some of the other elements that are within the collection. Or if you are just a new crafter, you might just want to think, I'm going to do exactly what Craig's done and that's it, which you can do.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to yourself.
And the great thing is, even if you do just go simple, as it were, it's still going to look amazing because you've got all of the amazing components within this collection to make you look like you have been crafting for many, many years, if you see what I mean, haven't you?
Exactly, absolutely. And that's why I just done that little twist by folding the card blank. You can leave it as just as a 6x6 card if you want. However, you know, although it's very a simple card to make, just by taking that card blank and just folding it back on itself, it really is going to make a new beginner, just give you a lot of confidence just by making it look really sophisticated.
Lots of people loving your humdinger, by the way. I've not heard that word in ages.
You've not heard it in ages? Yeah.
No.
I use it for special occasions,
Yeah.
special needs, and this is definitely with this collection here.
It's a bit of a Scottish word, that.
I think so.
Humdinger.
I think
Please,
so.
in the gallery, can we look up the kind of origins of a humdinger? It sounds like it should be like a. I like the way you say it.
Humdinger.
Humdinger.
A humdinger.
Yeah.
That it certainly is a humdinger. That is for
I
sure.
said it again. I love it.
Say that again.
Humdinger.
But that's what this is what this collection is all about. All about is the elements that you're getting within these ones. So with these ones here, I just used the Regal frames. Now I just used the largest one, and then I also used the medium one. However, you're also getting the very, very small one as well, just where my finger is. So what I'm just going to do is let's move that one out of the way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a piece of that linen effect cardstock that I know that you can only get within the big bundle, can't
absolutely
you?
true.
You can indeed. So what I'm also just doing, I'm just leaning behind me. I'm getting my actual brush tool. I'm not sure if these are on the show, but if not, they'll be on the website. And then I'm just going all the way around just to take out these tiny little die cut dots that are left in place. And then once again, I'm just going to pop that on and we're just going to secure that down.
It's an American word, by the way.
Is it an
humdinger,
American
apparently.
word, is it?
Yeah, first featured in a newspaper article in Montana in 1883.
All right, okay.
So there you go.
Oh, well, I've then taken the actual word then. Just taken the word and I'm using it now.
Yeah, I think it's a great word. It's a word that we should definitely get back more into the English language.
Yeah. To be fair, I have been using it for a wee while.
Have you?
Know, a good number
I've
of
never
years
heard
I've
you
been
say
using it.
it.
Have you not?
No,
No. Yeah.
no. Because like you always when I think of off the chart, that's something like Sarah always says that, doesn't she? Off the chart, it's her little phrase.
Tremendous as well.
Is another one. You obviously got Joe's shut the front door. What do I say? I think I say bonkers quite a lot. That's a good word, isn't it? Bonkers. I've never heard you say humdinger though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, you probably wouldn't hear me say it a lot because I do just leave it for those collections, these special occasions, products that absolutely deserve that word of humdinger, and this one does.
There you go. It is a real humdinger.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. So just using those two dies once again, so the same two that I just used, and then what I've done is into this, I'm not sure what kind of red you would maybe call this. It's like a pinky, dusky rose, isn't it? Yeah. So I've done that again into that size, and then we've also just done another one into our white card. White card that I'm using is just our white smooth stamping card. So that is now giving us our two of them that we've got just here.
Gorgeous.
So what I can do is just move in these ones out the way so we can then start to assemble it. What I'm also going to do is if I take these two smaller ones again, I'm just going to bring in my stamping mat and my actual platform. And we're going to bring in one of the stamp sets, or the stamp set. And you've got all these really nice sentiments in there, like your friendship is a blessing, you put the sunshine in my day, You've even got just smile. All of these that I would absolutely send to you, Ben, when it comes to making cards for you.
You say the nicest things.
I would smile. It's how many people would just love to receive a card or something that just says smile on, just to let you know that you're thinking of them.
Especially now as well.
Exactly.
What's going on.
Exactly. Yeah. It's nice just to actually send to someone. So we're going to use smile, and then we're also going to use you put the sunshine in my day. So what we're going to do is let's bring smile in first, and then we're going to just pop that onto our platform. Now I'm going to stamp this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just leaving it black once I've stamped. A lot of people sometimes say, what ink pad do I use? Maybe sometimes they have trouble using the alcohol. Maybe it's not as fine. It can be a bit blurry. So there's a couple of ways that you can do it. Is you can then either, if it's a new stamp, just simply take your low tack tape and just pop it over your stamp and then just peel that off. And then what that just does is that takes off any residue from the stamp that's sitting on top. Alternatively, if you've got our watermark ink pad, stamp that first and then pop your ink over the top. What I have found is I'm getting a good result using my waterproof Noir Black. So although I'm not going to be using any water-based pens or anything like that, I'm just going to use it for black stamping. I find I get a good coverage using this one. So that's what I'm just going to do, is I've just stamped that into our Noir Black and our waterproof. And then I'm just going to position that just close to the middle as I can, straighten it up slightly. Of course, with these you can stamp and then die cut if you so wish. So we're just going to stamp that one in. And then, see what I mean? But just with that one, we get a really crisp, clean cut line with the waterproof. So if you have any trouble at all, give that one a shot.
Doesn't the font work beautifully as well?
It does.
With all of the swirls that you get with the frame as well. Love it.
It's elegant, it's regal,
but
it's readable as well. And I know some people might think, well, that's a bit daft. Isn't all fonts readable?
No, but some of it isn't. Actually. Is no. I same as you. Sometimes if it's too swirly, too swirly and curly, you can't. I do that sometimes. Just reading it, what on earth does that say?
Yeah, you're trying to squint to read it, but then that one there, we'll do a Sarah zoom. You can see you put the sunshine in my day. So you've got that two mix of the fonts is there, and it works really, really well. So then what we're just going to simply do is we're just going to assemble this one. So again, just bringing in our card blank. So onto the base, I'm going to bring in the rose red, as I seem to be calling it. And I'm just using my tape runner, and we're just going to go over the back with these ones. That one can just sit into the middle, like so. And I'm going to press. Now look how I didn't add any adhesive around the edges. You can do if you want. If I bring in my poke tool, I just kind of like that free flowing kind of look when it comes to this collection.
Yeah.
You'll see me do it a lot when it comes to these frames or that. I don't actually put adhesive all the way around just because I like to have that kind of free flowing action. Then we're going to bring in smile. And actually we're not. Let's put you put the sunshine in my day. Because what I want, I'm going to put smile to the front. So they see the card instantly, they see smile, and then they open it up, and then they're going to see you put the sunshine in my day.
Oh, so they get the smile on the front, and then when they read the phrase inside, they'll get a second smile because they'll be smiling because you've told them you put the sunshine in their day.
Exactly.
Double smiles.
Double smiles.
That's a humdinger of a card.
That is, oh, thank you. I couldn't say that about my own work, but you know, I appreciate that.
It is a humdinger.
Ben. Like many, we're our own worst critics when it comes to our own work. So what I'm just doing now is I've taken one of the other die cut frames, which is the white one. So as you can see, I'm kind of going to mirror it over the actual rose one that I've done in the back. So what I'm going to do is I only want adhesive on this side. So once again, let's just pop adhesive on that half. Again, this is the dotty tape runner. So if you want it to go all the way around, you can do. That would work well with adhesive. I'm not. So we're just going to pop that one over the top. And again, just kind of mirroring it so that it's symmetrical over the top. Then let's bring in the one with a smile. What are we missing, Ben, when it comes to adding a bit of height to our cards?
I think we're missing something that you don't use very often.
I can't
Craig.
stand them.
Those pads that you really hate, that you only have to use, you know, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Ugh.
Occasionally.
Those pesky 3D foam pads.
I know. Don't know who invented them.
Who
Why
invented
would anyone
those?
want to use them?
Why? I mean, why? Why would anyone
Why?
use those?
What's the point?
Yeah, exactly right. You never do you?
No.
Never uses
Never.
them. Hates them.
I prefer that glue gel.
Oh, yeah. Give him the glue any day. Foam pads? No thanks very much. Keep your foam pads.
Absolutely, keep them.
Yeah.
You have them. So just adding a bit of hot glue onto just a ribbon bow that I've just done. And we're going to pop that to the bottom left.
Yep.
And keep in mind, I've purposely left white on white. So using the pads as well, it gives it that bit of depth. But then if you open it up, it says smile, and then you open it up and you've got, you put the sunshine in my day. And just bringing that one around. So again, just with a wee bit of that rose colour of the frame in the background, I've not done any mats and layers, just used the paper pad and some white stamping card. Doesn't have to be stamping card, it could be any white card that you've got at home.
That is absolutely brilliant. And can you just say it one more time? Because a lot of people are loving this word today, and a lot of people are loving the way that you say it. Ingrid says it's the gravelly Scottish lilt that gives humdinger that certain oomph.
What an absolute humdinger of a collection.
There we go. By the way, right, I'm hoping that a lot of you, I know we're going to have a look at some images in just a second, but there's so many of you, right? Let's just name check a few of you here, because there's so many of you who've already got this collection. Susan saying, love that, humdinger. I just got my free gift of the Rose Garden 4x4 paper pad. So adorable. Love this collection, says La Quieta. I purchased it last week, so I've not been able to play with it yet. But June says, I bought the whole thing during birthday week. Astrid saying, I love that stunning Wedgwood blue with the roses, so classy. And Jennifer Johnson on YouTube, okay, I did it. I bought the whole collection. You will not be disappointed. You'll love the style of this collection, but what I think you'll love the most is how much you get for your money. And already, we've got plenty of you getting social with us on Facebook and YouTube, and indeed sending in your pics. And this is brilliant, right? So Susan has sent in a picture, her first attempt at flower forming, and I think my humdinger of a friend over there will agree with me when I say that is brilliant, Susan. Look at that, Craig.
I can't believe that's genuinely the first time doing the flower forming. I wish mine looked that good. And I'm being serious.
Really?
When I first started, yeah, that looks so good. That looks as though you've done lots and lots of practice. Love it.
And then we've had a card in from Catherine as well, who's saying that she absolutely loves this collection. And actually, you can see, Catherine, from your card there, that you do absolutely love it, because that is a beautiful card.
Again, and look at that as well. If you look right in the background, we've got a cut and emboss folder frame from a past collection. So just start to incorporate other things that you've got as well.
Keep sending in those pictures, please, because as I say, no word of a lie, we love to see what you've been doing, and it inspires everybody else as well. The lovely comments that we get in following, showing pictures of what you've done is just so great. So, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and how amazing to have your projects shown across the world. I mean, how great is that? You've made a card and then everyone across the world has just seen it. I think that's amazing. And that is what we do. Now, loads of you going for the collection. I know that much because over 10% of the stock has gone. Lots of you as well. In fact, we're at 15% of the stock gone now. now. Really busy for this collection. It's the quality, it's the design, it's the value for money. What a lot of you are doing as well, because obviously your dies and your stamps and your embossing folders, you'll have those for life, but your paper pads, your vellum pads, these kind of things are your consumables which will disappear. Now, this paper pad comes with the collection, of course, but a lot of people are adding it into their basket, so they've got a second one to go on. And actually, when you see just how stunning the designs are in here, you can understand why people are adding even more in there. They're absolutely gorgeous. I think that's the one that we just saw a few moments ago that Craig was using. So grab as many of these as you can, all right, because you get all of these beautiful designs in here. You've got florals, look at those gorgeous butterflies in there as well. Just so many wonderful designs that really do. I mean, of course you'll be using these, you know, with other dies and, you know, items that you've got in your craft room, but these really do lend themselves to this collection as well. That's why lots of you are going for more as well. And actually on the individuals, you'll notice at the bottom of your screen, if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, which I know you are, lots of you are saying, oh, hang on a minute, spend £30 or $30, save 10%. Yeah, so if you go for the individuals, you've got that option as well. But definitely, if budget allows, pop another one of those into your basket, because it's always nice to have more. Stay. But here's the thing, so just staying in the studio, well done, Ben. I have a tendency to knock over the display, so I'm very pleased with that. Right, if you go for the full collection though, you will save an extra 25%, because it should be £214, $289. It's £155 or $208 to go for the whole collection. So it's a 25% saving where you get everything. Should we have a look at the boards again? Why not? A quick flick through these, so you're going to have a quick look at everything that you're going to get within this collection. I'll go through it a bit quicker this time, because otherwise we will be here till Christmas, because you get so much. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop up the details of the individuals for you as well. Bear in mind that not all of these are available individually. So this Rambling Roses beautiful die is in the collection, and it's available individually for you if you want to grab that. We'll pop some details up on the screen in just a few seconds. There we go. So $12.99 or $16.99 for that one individually. The adorning lace, again, absolutely beautiful. The level of detail that you've got on the edgeable, and you've also got the beautiful corner dies included in there as well. $9.99 or $13.99 individually. This next one, the Climbing Rose, is not available individually. So if you've got your heart set on that beautiful rose, you will have to go for the collection. But it's not a bad collection, to be fair, is it really? So if you want to grab it, that one is in the collection. Next up, the rose corners, which are just here. If you want to go for these individually, you can do. Details coming up on your screen there. Only $4.99 or $6.99 if you're watching in the US. Now, these Regal frames also very, very popular indeed. Obviously, we've just seen these in the last demo, so I think a lot of people are going, oh, I want to recreate that card. I want to be able to do what Craig's just done. You're getting the 3 different dies there, 3 different sizes for $9.99 or $13.99. Next up is this, the gorgeous traditional rose. So this allows you, I mean, you know, you can use these as your standard dies if you want, but actually, these allow you to make beautiful flowers with your flower forming foam. If you want to use other materials as well, you can do, but such a wonderful set to use for the flower forming. $9.99 or $13.99. If you've got flowers, you want foliage, and here is your filigree foliage. Look at the detailing that you've got in that gorgeous die. $7.99 or $9.99 for that one. We've then got, oh yes, the fancy Floribunda. Take a look at that. Would you feast your eyes on all of the detail that you've got within that gorgeous die. $12.99 or $16.99 if you want to go for that one. Next up is Thinking of You, this gorgeous sentiment die. This is $4.99 or $6.99 individually. Next up, stamps. You want stamps? We got stamps. This is Happiness Blooms. Within this collection, again, you've got some of those wonderful sayings. We just saw a snippet of those on the last demo from Craig with the smile, you are the sunshine, all that kind of thing on there. Absolutely gorgeous for $7.99 or $9.99. Next up, talking stamps, how gorgeous is this? This wonderful rose. The Ravishing Rose is available individually, $7.99 or $9.99. Remember, all of this though makes up the collection. If you're into your embossing folders, then you could go for this one individually. Look at that rose trellis. Look at the detail and the level of emboss that you get within that 3D embossing folder. That is $6.99 or $9.95. By the way, if you're doing the maths on this and you're thinking to yourself, how is this only £155 altogether? I know, right? Next up, this is available only within the collection. So this wooden frame set with those three beautiful frames and the little wooden corners there as well. You have to go for the collection if you want to get this, and I know lots of you are doing that. Next up is the Grande Lace. I don't know why I said like that. This again is that stunning embossing folder. You can see the level of detail that you've got in there. Real vintage, sort of regal, sophisticated theme to it. That one on its own is $5.99 or $7.95. And then one other item that you get within the collection, which we don't have available for you individually, is this wonderful wax seal kit. You get your wax, you get your little seals there as well, and your 2 sticks of wax included in there as well, in the pink and the red, and that is gorgeous. I think that's so cool. I would be so excited if I received an envelope which had a wax seal on it. Seriously, I would think that, you know, I'd be getting a letter from the Queen or something. I mean, that's not likely to happen, but can you imagine how excited you'd be? Imagine. You have to imagine no more if you get this collection. Oh, by the way, if you're thinking that's it, that is not it. No, far from it. This is the biggest collection ever. Right, also in this collection, you are going to get your flower forming foam. Okay, so you get 9 sheets of the flower forming foam in these beautiful floral colours. So you've got your green to use for your stems and your leaves, and you've got your beautiful colours there as well for your flowers. And if you're making flowers, you want stamens, we got stamens. 400 of those, in fact. If you want to go for those, you can do. They are in... they are in the collection. 400 of them you get. Also, the stamens, by the way, are available individually, $3.99 or $5.95. Next up, your vellum. I'm trying to do this, I can see what's coming up on the other screen, you see, so I'm trying to be good and do it in order. So I've messed it all up. They'll tell me off, you see, if I don't. Next is the vellum. All right, so we've got this available in the collection. The 12x12 is only available in the collection. The 6x6 is available individually. All right, so that is $12.99 or $19.95, and you get these gorgeous designs within that pad. Next up, you get the paper. Now, again with this, these are the designs that you get. You get in the collection a 12x12 and a 6x6. There we go. The 12x12 is on the screen now. So $12.99 or $19.95. And the 6x6, 48 sheets in each, of course, don't forget, $5.99 or $9.95. Then, only in the bundle, you are also going to get your mixed paper pad. So you've got 4 glorious colours in here. One lot of it with a pearlescent finish, and then you've got the other which has got the sort of textured finish as well. GSM wise on here, 250 GSM for your A4 luxury mixed card stock. So if you want to grab those, then make sure you do, but only available within the collection. I think I've covered everything off. Thank you. But honestly, it takes that long to go through. You're thinking, oh, he's rabbiting on, isn't he? But it takes that long to go through it all. So I just wanted to make sure you were aware of what you get and you were aware of what you can get individually. Not all of it, as you can see. 3 hours later, it's time to go back over the other... I feel like I've been chatting for ages. It's time to go back over the other side of this... Are you right over there? I finished. Are you finished? Yeah. Right, yo. Yeah, sorry.
I'll call you back, bye.
Yeah.
Right, yo. Okay, let's carry on. But, you know, it just goes to show how much there is within that full collection. So, now it's my turn. So what we're going to do is we're just going to ramp it up that wee bit more. So what I've done here is I've got a card blank, which is 6.5 inches by 5 inches. And then all that I've just done is I've just trimmed off an inch inwards. So I've just taken away an inch. And then what I'm going to be doing is on this one, I'm going to be using the adorning lace. So this is like it's edgeable.
Yeah.
It could be doing the frames. You've got the corners as well. So these dies, if I take this die here, it works and complements, if I lean over here, if you get it, I know they're only available in the full collection, but if you get the frames and corners, the chipboard ones, the actual die is exactly the same. So you could be then cutting out all your own ones if you wanted to. So what we're going to do with this one is we're just going to take our actual card blank. Now within the die, you've got that outside cutting edge, but along here, it stays in place. There's no die cut edge, so it's going to stay within your card. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that right towards the edge, and I'm going to just have it just so that that point is just up to the top of the card blank, making it as straight as I can. You can use the grids on your glass mat to do that. So once I'm happy, I'm just going to tape that down. And then this bit here, where I've taped it down, that will be waste, that'll come away. So if the tape tears the cardstock, it's not a problem. It's nothing to worry about. So base cutting plate as normal, because it's a wafer thin die, plastic, magnetic, and top plate. And one of the, or if not the best feature about our Gemini is the fact is you've got the reverse function. So for something like this, it works perfect because I can just pause it and then I do the reverse. So to save it going all the way through for something like this, it's no big deal, but it just means that it's a wee bit quicker, plus it's giving it a double cut because it's going forward and then it's going back. So if I then just take my die off, and I'm just going to be really, really careful, and then we can see just here, if I take my tool as well, and we're just going to take all these little bits out. If you do go for the tool on the website, you do get a sponge mat.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I use the sponge mat. I usually just use my tool in my hand. But we can see just there how I've got the die cut bit here. So you can see all of that just there, and then even these tiny, tiny little pinprick dots we've got here.
Yeah.
Now, if you're like me and you've got a lot of patience and you want to use them as little accents instead of gems or pearls, keep a hold of them.
Keep
then
those,
you can pop them. Yeah, well, obviously I don't keep containers of them, but if I'm working away, a lot of these I would just pop to the side and maybe just use them as little accent in the top corner or something like that. Then what I'm going to do is, just to speed up just slightly, I would take all these bits out again. So take all these out just with my tool. Again, this is a die that would be good for little bits of paper piecing if you wanted to. You do that, paper piecing effect would look quite nice. So that is what it looks like when it's die cut on well, to me it'll be my right hand side. So then what I would then do is come along with my die again. I would do exactly the same but on the front here, and just cut that through like we just done a moment ago. And then this would then give us that effect here.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So we've got that decorative edge on one end.
Yeah.
And then when you close over the card blank, and the reason I trimmed in at an inch to start with is when you cut it, this actually pulls the design back slightly, and therefore you get that overlap kind of effect.
It rolls into it, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It really, really does. So let's move them ones out of the way, and then let's bring in just a little bit more of our white smooth cardstock. So you'll find throughout the demos today that I've been using the cardstock that comes within the collection, and the only additional bits of cardstock I've used is some of our white stamping card.
Yeah.
But it could be white Centura Pearl, if you've got Adorable Scoreable, it could be any of them as well. Then I'm going to go back to my Regal frames, and for these ones what I'm just going to do is cut the medium and the very, very small one. So we're going to cut these ones off, and then we're just going to tape them into place and run these ones through. What I'll do is I'll just come back to my card blank just here, and what I've also done, using a piece of the pattern paper and actually a bit of the vellum you could do from the 6x6 pad, is I have just trimmed my cardstock to the same size here. Then what I've done is I've taken my die that I've just used, popped that to the edge, and I've just drawn a pencil line.
Okay.
So just drew a pencil line and I just freehand cut that, and I've done exactly the same for the vellum. The vellum is just a wee bit more bigger than the actual card blank, so I'll give you the size in a moment because then I can wrap this around. So I had this one at 5 inches by 5 by 5 for this one. And as I say, I just popped my die at the edge and just drew my pencil line. So that's how we got these ones. So let's bring in our frames again. And then what we'll do in a moment, Ben, is we'll do a bit of flower forming foam.
Oh, good. You know what I was saying to you when we had our little chat earlier on? I don't think I've seen you flower form.
I don't think you would have, no.
No. We've obviously done shows with Sarah and Fiona. But yeah, I don't think I've seen you. Seen you do it. So I'm looking forward to that.
And I think with this one here, if you've not tried flower forming foam or you're a bit wary of that about it, I think this one is perfect because you don't need to do many different techniques. You can do if you want. However, to create one of the roses from to match the collection, it is so simple. You don't really need to do much technique-wise. So.
And those dies as well, just to kind of reiterate, because people are sort of talking about those, the dies that you get, you obviously use with the foam that you've got within your collection, but you can use them with other materials as well, can't you?
Of course you can, absolutely. And likewise, if you've got any flower dies that are intended for your cardstock, you can be using them for your foam as well, no problem at all. When it comes to your flower dies for your paper craft, you just need to keep in mind that if I just bring this in for a moment, so these are the dies that you come in, and you've got a larger centre circumference. So that's so that you can just pop a hole through the middle to feed your stamens through.
Got you.
So that's the only thing you just need to watch for if you're using your normal paper craft dies. So then now this one, I'm going to bring in this vellum here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add tape for this one just to make it a bit more stronger. And then you can use your scoreboard and do a score line if you want. I'm just going to go straight on. So what I'm just going to do is match that up just to the side just there. And then I'm going to press, and you'll see that with our vellum, because it's so incredible quality, you don't see adhesives popping through, even when it comes to the tape. Then at this bit, all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that one over. You can secure this with a bit of tape if you want to. I'm not, because I like with this collection, as I said in the first demo, I like to have free-flowing movement. So you've secured it down the side. Now this is going to be nice and loose, and then same with that back bit. If you want to secure it, you can do, that's up to you. But again, let's just use our bone folder and just fold that down just that wee bit more, like so.
Mary says, I love CC vellum. A lot of love for the vellum that we have here at Crafters TV. And Heidi says, hi everyone, I didn't get this collection yet, but so tempting. Very pretty demos and samples. Heidi, I reckon you should go for it. What do you think, Craig?
Absolutely.
Do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it.
What would be good as well with this collection is if you were to use any of your autumn coloured cardstocks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, you can completely change how it's going to look, whether it's, autumn time, whether it's springtime. Obviously, this really does shout out spring when it comes to your colours. However, roses could be able to work for throughout the year. But not only that, is roses, birthdays, but anniversaries, weddings. When it comes to making Valentine's, absolutely.
Valentine's,
When it comes to making wedding invites, so that, when we can have larger parties at weddings. I know we can still have a few, but then these are going to be great for your wedding invites as well.
Yeah, definitely the kind of thing that you'll use time and time again. And actually, Susan's saying, read the flower forming foam. It is really simple to use. I'm glad that I finally gave it a go. Now I love making foam flowers. Question from Bettina, who might have missed this. How did Craig cut the vellum with this die?
So with the die, what I've done is I didn't actually use the die to cut the vellum.
Yep.
So I just took my piece of vellum,
line.
and then what I just done is I just matched my die up to the side of the vellum or over the top of the vellum, just like so. And then I'd done a pencil line and just followed it all the way around, and then I just freehand cut it. So I didn't actually use the vellum to cut it. You can if you want. The die will cut vellum if you want that to be longer, but I didn't actually die cut using the vellum. Right, so a bit of flower forming with this one here.
Yes.
So taking some of the red foam within the collection, and then what I've done is you can use a home iron. I've got a craft iron just to the side of me here. Let's see if I can get the plug in.
That's really diddy.
So it's just a little diddy craft iron.
It's smaller than the craft irons I've seen before.
Is it? I'm just going to go, I've just pulled my plug out, Ben, so I'm just going to...
That's exciting over there, isn't it? Look. It's a little
plug back in.
Look at him over there, trying to plug it all in.
There we go.
That was my
Put
job.
it
Sorry
on.
about that. He gives me one job to do. He said before the show, make sure whatever you do, don't forget to plug in my iron. What did I do? I forgot. My bad, Craig.
No,
My
no
bad.
problem. That was me, just pulling it, and I pulled the plug out. So what I've done, I've already got these die cut. I'm not going to die cut this one because it's exactly the same as your cardstock, nothing different. The only difference is that you can potentially, I'm saying potentially, actually die cut at least 8 layers at once of the foam. I've done 8 layers, no problem at all. You could do 10, you can even do 12. But just so that, you don't have to do one every single time.
Yeah.
You can do a big layer of them. But it's just exactly the same plate configuration. And then I'm going to bring in, I believe we didn't have them on the show to start with, we do now. I've seen we got an email just before saying that our ball tools have been added onto the show today. So you're getting the actual 3 of them, but you've actually got 6 different shapes, or 6 different sizes at each end, and you also get a foam mat to go with it as well, which enables you to form them. So then what I'm going to do is, taking these ones here, and again, this is what I mean by doing the roses are really, really simple. You don't need to do anything technique-based. I'm going to just bring in some tweezers. If I find my tweezer set. Which
We got tweezers on the show.
We do indeed.
4-pack of precision tweezers. We definitely got those on the show. Details coming up on your screen here now, by the way. Also, a few people now saying, where did Craig get his iron from? We want Craig's craft iron. Jennifer's asking that. Is that? Have we got those available?
It was not on. I don't think we've got them on our website. I just got them offline. Check out eBay. Check out Amazon. Just put in a craft iron.
You could use a normal iron, though,
Of course
right?
you can. You can use a normal iron. I like to do a craft iron, or a travel iron will work because it's nice and small. If you do only have a home iron, you can use that one. I always put mine in between medium and high. The higher the temperature of the iron, the quicker your foam's going to curl up, which is not a bad thing, but you can be doing that if you want. So what I'm just going to do is, so I've just been told, apologies for that one.
Craig.
I will get back to them because I did get an email, but don't worry about that. They will be back. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, do you know, what could, because I don't want to tease you. Right, have we got the distressing tool on the show? Okay.
We got the finger toboggan on the show, as I call it. The finger toboggan, I've got it down here. Have you got one over there?
I've got mine here.
There, let me get it right there.
So,
it's a little, I love these. So this is a little distressing tool, but look, there's a little finger toboggan. It's like your little finger, or a little clog. I think it looks more like a toboggan. We were talking about, what was that film called?
Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, yeah. You could get, if you were really bored, some little Lego figures and put them in the little finger toboggan and do a little game.
Or a big clog or something like that.
Well, yeah, exactly right. But it's not a finger toboggan or a clog. No.
It's not. It's what we can do, and now I am 100% improvising on this one here, but I know that it would work. So all that would just do, I'm going to use my tweezers, because of course it's an iron, so it's hot. So all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pop that on, and I'm even going to just use my other tweezer just to hold it down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring in my finger toboggan.
Yes, I love it. I love it that you're calling it that.
New name. I'm going to just go right into the centre, and I'm just going to press.
Yep.
And I'm just going to just hold it. There we go. That's all that I'm doing. And I'm just going to press and then just let that sit within my mat, like that one there. And when it cools down, then it holds its heat. So I'm going to do exactly the same again. I'm going to bring in my tweezers. So one of the tweezer sets, we've got the reverse ones, which I absolutely love. So these are the ones that they stay closed and they only open when you press them. And these are so good. So then that means I don't have to hold them at all, and it's holding on to whatever material. So this is such a good one to actually have.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is let's have my finger toboggan ready. And then I'm just putting it on here. We can see it starts to curl.
It's Craig off the telly using my little
That's
phrase.
it. That's the new name for it now.
Yes.
Finger toboggan.
Yes.
Finger toboggan, and then you can lift it up if you want again. So this is just a substitute if you don't have the ball tools. You might have some other ones from other brands. Use them if you want, or maybe the end of actually, do you know what you could do as well? Let's
he is improvising.
I'm trying to literally have a look about and see what other things I can show you.
Doing a full-on MacGyver here.
I am that one.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the actual flowers, you've got 4 different sizes. I'm now going to go for the, I say the smallest one. This had the 3 petals. Yeah. So I'm going to pop that one on. I'm going to just bring that in. I'm just going to use the end of my sparkle pen.
Sparkle
Could be
pen.
your Spectrum Noir pen.
Yeah.
That would work as well. So we can see how we're just adding shape. And that's what we're doing when it comes to these roses. We're just wanting to add shape to them. You can, if you love your flower form, and do all your different techniques with your tools. But if you just want to create a nice simple rose,
Wow, yes, yeah,
then
cool.
all that you just need to do is just go in just with some object, preferably the ball tools, but
yeah, I mean,
you
it's
can have
not
a look.
quite as good as what you would get with the ball tools, obviously, but as Craig's showing you here, there are sort of substitutes which will sort of do it for you.
It will,
But you get the
absolutely.
ball tools, do.
You will indeed. And let's try just another one as well. Let's use the end of our Poke tool. And again, what we're just going to do is just pressing to add a bit of shape. And then let's do this last one. So again, we're just going to press that one. And then what I'm going to do is we can just start to do that last one there. And then I'm going to be careful and move my craft iron out the way. So then what I'm going to do with this one is I've taken some of the stamens. So I've taken 4 strands of the stamens and then just folded them in half on themselves. So I've now got 8, and just a little thin bit of jewellery wire, really, really thin jewellery wire. I just twisted that around, so then that gives me a point to feed
Is that
through.
the sort of, optimum amount of stamen?
I like to have that look where you've got a nice little bunch within
Yeah.
the middle. If you're doing any other different flowers, you might want to just maybe put 2 or 3 stamens. You maybe only want to put 2 or 3 with the rose. That's up to you. Again, it's what you think looks good. I like the look of a nice little bunch together, hence why I use 4 stems, and which gives you 8 once you're folded in half.
Yeah, and to be fair, you're getting 400, so you're not going to be short of them, are you?
You're not going to miss them at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my smaller rose petal. So this is the one that's just got the 3 of them. And then what I'm going to do is, let's start with this one because we've got a closed cup. And just within the middle and my Poke tool, all that I'm going to do is just pierce through it into my sponge mat. So you can see it picks it up. Then we're going to go into the next one. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of offsetting it slightly so it overlaps each other. So there's the second one. And then we're going to do another one again. So I tend to do 6 in total.
Yeah.
3 of the small and 3 of the next size down. But again, keeping in mind you've got 4 different sizes. Then we're going to go back into these ones. And then what I'm going to do is press that one in. Now you can start to pull the actual petals out. But if they are a bit folded over, ski-whiff, don't worry about that. Nature's not perfect or natural in that sort of way. You can get twisted leaves, or same with if you pull a petal off, leave it. You know what I mean? You'll see flowers that are missing petals. So don't worry, just have fun.
The rest is just message saying, my flowers never come out right. Still working on it. Maybe my paper flowers will come out better. I wonder what Loretta's doing wrong.
Sometimes maybe you just need to find that. I think what sometimes seems to be the problem is some crafters are a bit scared that they're leaving the foam on too long.
Oh, okay.
So don't be afraid, because it's heat activated foam. So if you want, like I say, the longer you leave it, the more it's going to curl up and shrivel up, which is what you want, which is then going to create the shape. So just try leaving it on just a little bit longer.
Okay.
But then there is, once we've just used our Poke tool and just prise that together, we'll see how that's looking.
Lovely.
And once it's actually cooled, like this has, literally takes seconds, what happens is it becomes really robust. So you can use it for home decor. Say you use it for home decor and the dog goes past and knocks it over, it'll be absolutely fine. So we're just then going to pull these in. So you can have them so that they are sitting outwards if you want, or you can pull them so that they really just have it just so that they're just peeping out and no more. So you can see that there. And then just to secure it, you can use your hot glue in between each layer if you want. I don't. I like to just feed it all through, and then just using a little bit of hot glue on the back, I just add that on just to secure it. And then once that actually cools down, I'll just snip away that end, and then we've now got our little rosebud. Keep it, or have a longer or a larger one if you want, using the larger dies, it's up to you. But then if I bring in, so these are a couple that I'd just done beforehand, one with the pink, or 2 with the pink, and 1 with the red that we can see just there.
Gorgeous.
Nice little bunch.
Yeah.
So then all that we need to do, bring this back in, and we can see with those 2 frames, I just layered them over the top, one vertical, one horizontal. And then let's bring these ones in, bringing in my scissors. and I've not snipped these off yet, so I'm just snipping them off just at the base, just to get rid of that excess. And then we're going to use our hot glue again, just to secure these ones. You can use your Collall all-purpose or your glue gel if you want, but I'm just going to, let's use the red one first. So we're just going to place that one in to there, and then what we can do is just a little one there, pop that into the base, holding that for a second, and then we're going to add another bit of hot glue into there. And then what I'm going to do is hold that just for a second, and then just while I just let that glue settle, what I'm also then just going to do is I'm going to bring in just my heat mat. Now, what I'm away to do, you can absolutely do on your glass mat. I just like to use this onto my heat mat, which is our wax seal kit. So I'm then just going to bring in my card. So let's just press that back into place. Now, the wax seals traditionally will be used to, as you said, seal an envelope or something. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do something just a little bit different. I'm just going to open my card blank up, and then I'm going to get my actual tool ready to go. So if you've not seen it before, you get the little handle.
Yeah.
And then you also get 2 of the impressions. So you get the little rose and you get the actual, I can never say this one. That's it.
What is it?
Fleur de lis.
Fleur de lis.
Fleur de lis.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 different ones that you can choose from. Just to say, if you've got Sarah's Garden of Love collection, you can also use the 2 that came with that one as well. Mix and match. So just screw that one on.
All right.
So just screw it, so that's it nice and secure.
I've never seen this done before in real
You've not
life.
seen this done?
No.
So
I am
what
excited.
I'm doing is I'm just taking a lighter, purple of course.
Oh, of course.
Which I don't have any lighters for obvious reasons. So this is just one that Sarah has.
Obvious reasons what? You can't be trusted with them?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
Craig is not allowed.
I mean by that is I don't smoke.
No.
So,
well, that's good. You can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it sound like as though I'm not allowed near lighters,
exactly.
You know, you wouldn't think that I light lots of candles at home, would you? But
no,
you know.
exactly. Craig and fire. Oh, I tell you what.
Yeah, don't mix.
The forms he has to sign to use one of those in the studio takes about half an hour before we get started. Anyway.
Test me on all of them. So within these ones, you get 2 of the waxes within this one. Again, all colour coordinates and complements. So we're going to go for like the red ones here. So I'm just going to light this.
Right.
So we're just going to get that wick just to go. And then what I'm going to do is it starts to melt. So I'm just going to tilt this. Probably be better at a close up. There we go. So I'm just tilting my wax. And what I want it to do is I'm wanting it to drip. Oh. And I'm wanting it to drip, not within your fingers. Just wanting to just drip.
Don't do that, because that's not great. You all right over there?
Oh, yeah. I'm just letting that drip, and what I'm doing is just over into this area just here.
All right.
I'm just letting that wax just build up, just letting it build, letting it build, and then obviously the more you let it build, the more impactful it's going to be. But what we'll do is we'll just do it just a little bit more. So it is nice one, just sit, wait, you know, don't try and rush it, because that's when you're not going to get that, you know, perfect effect.
Yeah.
So what we're just going to do is just let that drip a wee bit more.
How much do you need then? Because you're quite a bit, didn't you?
So you want at least enough, just so that when you actually cover it with your actual end of your wax seal.
Yeah, you're going to get the impression.
You're going to get the impression, but don't forget the wax will also spread just slightly. So I'll just do just a tiny little bit more, just so we can still see the impact of it.
Don't forget, if you want this wax seal kit, by the way, the only way that you can get it is to go for the main collection. All right, you can't get it individually. I know lots of you go for the main collection as well. Well, now 20% of the stock of the main collection has gone. So don't hang around if you want to grab it. You're saving almost £60 today, over $80 as well. So it's a great time to get this collection. And when you get it home, you will be waxing lyrical about it.
Good one. I like that one. It was the beer jokes yesterday.
It was.
The waxes.
I don't think we'll ever quite get back to those levels, Craig.
No,
Tell you what.
I don't think we will. Don't think we will. So that's why I'm just wafting the smoke away.
Don't waft it over here.
So what I'm doing is I'm just letting that just sit just for a moment or two. Now again, like I said, you can do this on your glass mat, it will be absolutely fine. But the good thing with doing it on this one as well, because I am actually using the wax through the die cut piece, you want your area underneath to be non-stick so that you can pull your cardstock up. So what I'm going to do, if I then remove that, So then that's now, I'm going to bring it close up in a moment. So there we go. So I'm just going to carefully peel that off underneath my heat-proof mat. So if we just carefully peel that off, so then we've got our wax seal at that side. So if I come close up so that we can see,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to really go close up just so we can hopefully the light will catch it.
There you go. Hey, brilliant.
Now look at that. Now it looked as though I was using a lot of wax.
Yeah.
You're not using a lot of wax, it's just that time. You just need to let it drip just slightly. What you can also do, if you want, is do what I just done, straight onto your heat mat. And this is what I done earlier on. And then just peel it off and then just use some of your glue gel or that just to attach it or use it elsewhere. So you don't have to do it direct onto your project. You can, of course, just pop it straight onto your card. And tell you what, I've got a bow just to finish. Let's just pop this one on with a bit of hot glue. That can then just go down. Let's pop it into there. Now you could stamp a sentiment with your stamp set or that, but then there we go, a nice little card finished way to do that. And also to say, although it's not on purpose, but this does work well. See how I've got tiny little drip marks of actual, not ink, wax. That works as well. Yeah. That really does work. So don't be too overly pernickety.
Pernickety is a great word.
The actual wax where you want it to be.
Yeah.
So then there we go. So another nice wee card, just incorporating a few different elements.
It's pretty for your nails as well, although we wouldn't recommend you dripping it onto your nails. Yes. Well, I tell you what, this is brilliant, isn't it? This collection is amazing. Loads of you saying how much you love this collection. Leah saying on Facebook, I love the dies in this set. And Angela saying, I received mine a few days ago. Can't wait to get started using them. Now, obviously during that last demo, Craig was using just a few tools. Obviously the ball tools we have since found out we don't have available currently. However, if you do want to get your hands on the tweezers, you can do. So this is the 4 set of tweezers. So it includes the flat end tip. You've also got your straight point tip in there as well with your angle point tip and your needle point tip too. So you've got tweezers for pretty much everything that you need. $4.49 for that set or $5.95. Then of course, if you are going to be doing your flower forming, then you might want to go for your finger toboggan, or as they call it in the trade, the petal distress tool set. You get your little distressing board with that, and then you get your distressing tool, or the finger toboggan as we called it, which is really cool. So $7.99, $12.95. If you're going for the main collection, of course, you'll get some flower forming foam within that collection in the red, the green, and the sort of the pink. But if you want more, we can do that for you as well. Different colours for you too. So this is the Crafter's Companion foam trio. 23 sheets included in here. So you've got a sort of another green in here. You've got a lighter pink in there as well. You've then also got 2 more shades of your green, and then you've also got your natural white included as well. So do you know what? We've obviously got different colours within the set, but you can then get your inks on this and then ink it up to whatever colour you want it to be and create whatever flowers you want to have. So all of those you get for that price of $15.98. The flower forming foam does tend to sell very quickly when we get it in stock. So if you want to get that, if you love your flower forming, then make sure you get it now. $15.98 or $19.90 if you want to go for that collection. But the star of the show, no, not Craig, this collection is just phenomenal. We love it so much, and it really is a huge bundle once again. So if you want to get everything that we're showing you, the collection is the way to go, because you're saving 25% and you'll be able to get your hands on some of the items which aren't available individually. So you're going to get the Rambling Rose, the Adorning Lace, the Climbing Rose, the Rose Corner, and the Regal Frame dies. You've also got the Traditional Rose and the Filigree Foliage metal dies with the Fancy Floribunda and Thinking of You. You've then got your 12x12 and 6x6 paper pads in the beautiful papers. 12x12 and 6x6 vellum pads are included in there as well. You've also got your Happiness Balloon stamps, your Ravishing Rose stamp, the 5x7 3D embossing folder, which is the Rose Trellis, your 5x7 embossing folder Grand de Lace. You've also got the Rose Garden wooden frame and corner, and you've then got the A4 luxury mix card pack, and you've got your wax seal kit as well, haven't you? So all of that is included for £155 or $208. It's a 25% saving. I just think this is really classy. You know me, I tend to like the sets that we do that have like the cutesy little characters, like we had yesterday, the little peekaboo set. Later on, by the way, we've got the spinners coming up as well, which is so cute. I love the kind of cutesy, kind of funny, kind of quirky set. But this as well, I absolutely love. This is kind of like something completely different, isn't it? It's really beautiful. It's got that sort of regal feel to it. It's got that real classy feel to it as well. And as we've seen, the kind of thing that you can use for all sorts of occasions year round, for birthdays, for anniversaries, for weddings, for celebrations, you know, and not just cards as well, home decor projects, things like this will look amazing for invitations, you know, when we're able to invite, you know, more people to parties and birthdays and weddings and all these kind of things. A set like this is going to allow you to create some absolutely beautiful stationery as well. So £155 or $208 is your price on this today. Lots of lovely comments coming in still. Shelley White on Facebook says, I spent the whole day yesterday making flowers for Christmas presents. They came out great. So happy with them. And again, yeah, you know, making flowers for Christmas, absolutely amazing. Leah saying the dies in this set are lovely. Darlene Desario on YouTube. Good morning, crafty friends. Love your demos, Craig. Beautiful. And Sarah Brown on Facebook. Oh, friend Sarah from Australia. Really enjoying the show. Thanks for the great demos, Craig. Going to be saving the show. Yeah, great thing. You can save the shows, of course, and I didn't realise, but you can watch back all of our shows, kind of going back weeks, months, years as well. So YouTube or Facebook, you can watch, and of course, don't forget with all of our deals, and this one particularly, if you're a Club Inspire Platinum member, you'll save 20% off. Comes down to £124 or $166.40. So lots of ways for you to get involved, and actually very simple for you to join Club Inspire as well. Oh, there was a pause there because I thought we were going to a video, but we're not. So, he's wetting himself over there. I like to think, you know, I'm ever the professional. And I was thinking, I'm sure they haven't said there's a video coming up, but they're talking as if they want me to throw to a video. So that's why I went da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Oh, hang on a minute, I've introduced this bit, now you've pressed it. What's going on? Unbelievable! So professional. Anyway, what I wanted to do now was show you some pictures that our lovely viewers have been sending in. So let's have a look at them now. Oh, we already are. Right, well, this is our lovely Mary who messages us, and I know Mary messages me on my Facebook page as well, so it's great to see what you've been up to, Mary. Love that. So you've combined lots of elements from this collection, and I think, is that the stamp from this collection as well? I'm trying to remember what it is to me.
Yeah, and it looks as though as well, that's the vellum in the background, but that looks like a bit of white work that's actually around it as well. So whether, I don't know, you're actually doing parchment or that, or whether it's an embossing folder, but that looks really, really smart.
Love that, Mary. Thank you so much. And I'll tell you what, take a look at this. Shelley, I love this. This is right up my street, using your flowers for home decor. I love the flowers within that little lantern. They're gorgeous, Craig, aren't they?
They are, and that would be so inexpensive to make. So I don't know about you, Ben. Obviously, I know a lot of our shops at the moment are shut, but when it comes to your home decor shops or that, there's a lot of that that's on trend at the moment and inexpensive. So why not buy them and then, yeah, make your flowers for gifts?
Oh, that is gorgeous. Love that. There's little lanterns. You can get your little LED candles in there as well. Look great. I love candles, LED ones in Craig's case, of course, because you can't use lighters. But at Christmas time, you know, it just looks great. I love candlelight. Love candlelight. Now, we have got the bundle, of course. You've got individual items as well. There are a few items which are exclusive to the bundle, including the Climbing Rose die, which I believe, I'm throwing to you now, Craig, so get ready. I believe Craig is going to have a look at now.
What, now?
Craig.
Now?
Yeah, now.
No. Okay, got you.
No.
We'll edit this bit later.
Yeah. So unprofessional!
Right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to use the Climbing Rose. We've done it. We've done it.
No, no, just carry on.
You would think with this one, Climbing Rose, it's a negligible, and it is. But what we're going to do is we're going to pop it within the actual box. So, this is what we are going to start doing. Is bringing in my box that I've already started to make. So, my cardstock, it is 7 inches by 9 inches.
Yeah.
And then I've just scored it an inch all the way around. So that's going to be my actual base, or no, it's not, it's going to be the lid of my cardstock. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this die. So this is your climbing rose die.
Yep.
And what I've just done is I've just kind of centralized it within the middle of my lid. So we can see where I've just drawn just in that pencil line, I've just drawn a rectangle. I've done that just by simply popping my die on, and then just with a pencil line, I've just gone round the edges with the pencil. And then what I've just done is I've just, with the ruler, continued them. And I've just gone out as far up, just so that you can just see where my finger is, my waxed finger, just there, how it's just a little bit bigger than the actual die. So if I bring it in that way so you can see. So this is how I've got the actual width of my actual pencil line box that I've got there. So that is that one. And then what we're going to do is, I'm just going to, just bear with me a sec, because I never thought of this one, is
Oh, you need the big
box
one?
lid means I need my large Gemini for this one.
Okay.
So what I'm just then going to do is simply just swapping them over.
Two jobs he asked me to do today. Plug in the iron, right? And make sure the Gemini was available. Forgot both of them. Do you know, well, by the way, director Laura today brought in some Christmas sandwiches. So I was too busy in the gallery eating sandwiches. Oh, they were nice. Anyone else started eating Christmas food yet? We were eating turkey and stuffing sandwiches on the 11th of November.
Oh, no.
I know, wasn't it great?
Bless.
Is that allowed? Are we allowed to do that? Or was it too far away from Christmas to be eating Christmassy food?
I say no, but I think after the year that we've had, I think absolutely we can start now.
Yeah.
We can absolutely start now, whether it's decorations, whether it's food,
Yeah.
just go for it.
Let us know, by the way, if you've eaten any Christmas food today, if you've started on your Christmassy snacks. We'd love to hear from you, so we can get excited about that food. Anyway, back to you. I'm thinking too much about food now.
So what I've just done is I've just taped that one down, and then I'm just going to run that one through my large Gemini. So just lining my plates up. So as that one goes all the way through. And because the die has got an outside cutting edge, but one edge doesn't, just means it's going to then just stay in place. So then bring this one out. So if we then move, let's put my plates there because I'll need them shortly. So then we can see, so I'm just going to take my tape off. And you know, it's not essential if we were to rip the cardstock. What we're away to do in a moment is we're going to just bring in our craft knife, and we're just going to just trim away the excess.
Okay.
So take that off.
Apparently everyone chatting now on YouTube saying that my outburst sounded like something from Monty Python.
Your what, sorry?
My outburst earlier on when I was getting cross. Well, I was talking like this, I think is what they mean. What's he called?
Basil Fawlty.
Basil Fawlty.
Yeah.
John Cleese. He says I was listening on my work computer and not watching, and boom, I was back in the 70s. Right, Craig, get on with the demo.
That is so like it. That is so like listener or watching.
Dear.
Absolutely brilliant. So we can see how I've got now. I've got the die cut piece just there. So then what I'm going to do over the remaining part of my pencil line, I'm just going to use my craft knife, or you can use your scissors if you want, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And I'm just going to go along just our pencil line.
Isn't that gorgeous, that die? Sorry, I was too busy
so
doing
nice.
Basil Fawlty. It's gorgeous.
So nice die. And the fact that you can do different ways, again, like your edgeable, or you know, do it on the middle of your box lid, but of course it could be in the middle of a card lid if you wanted to. So we're just going to just take these bits out. So I don't need that one. So we can see how that's still then, or that's now, coming together just perfectly.
Gorgeous.
So then what I would also do, Ben, is I would then just come along and just rub out that pencil line. But obviously for time and speed, I won't do it at the moment because I want to actually start to assemble it. And then what I've also done is using the pattern paper, so I've used one of the 12 by 12s, and I've just taken my cardstock, just so I've take my pattern paper, so it's the same size as my box lid once it's constructed. So we can see, so it is going to be 5 inches by 7 inches. And then what I've also just done as well is I popped the die back in and just done what I'd done a moment ago, just drew around it in a pencil line, and I've just cut out that whole lot. And then that gives me the frame that can then go over the top like that. So I'm just going to take my adhesive off. So we could use your sprays or your tape runners if you want. But I'm just going to take my tape off the back here. So this is going to nicely frame it. And again, what I've also done, just using our actual Noir Black waterproof ink pad, we have just gone round the edges just slightly with a bit of the black. So again, we're not doing any additional mats and layers, so we're not adding extra weight to it, you know, if you're thinking of posting certain cards.
Yeah.
So then I'm just going to overlap again, so we're just going to pop that over the top, just lining that one up, and then as I go around and then press, so if I just secure that one back in, I'm just going to fold that bit down. So then we've then started to get our frame all the way around just like that. But then what I'm also going to do is I've taken just a piece of acetate that's just going to fit just nicely on the back. And then I've just used red liner tape for this one. And then if I then bring in a piece of our cardstock from both of them are the linen effect. I know obviously you can only get that in the bundle, can't
Certainly,
you?
Yeah.
So there we go, securing that one. So then this is how it starts to come together now. And then what I am going to do, now this bit I am going to skip because Ben, I really want to show the other demos that we've got planned for the rest of the show, and there's not that much longer to go.
They're in less than 40 minutes.
So what I would do is taking a piece of the green and kind of that blush pink, blush red kind of colour.
Yeah.
So just a little piece. So I'm just going to run that one through once again. And this is where you would do some paper piecing. So I'm just going to secure that on and run that one through. So as this one goes through, let's just assemble our box. I've got my adhesive already all the way around. So if you're making your boxes, either your tacky glue or your red liner tape. So let's just take these ones off. Now, if I was paper piecing, I would paper piece, then construct the box. But because I'm not actually going to do that for time, I do have one that I've already done to show you.
Okay.
So just constructing the box as you would normally. So just going all the way around. And then what I would just do is also bring in just some dotty tape runner or spray adhesive onto the back of the rose. But once again, I know I'm going to sound like a parrot here throughout this show, but I like the free flowing movement. That's exactly what I sound like.
You did.
And let's bring these that are in here. And then a lot of it would stay within the die.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to then just do is take in our tacky glue. So this is just our tacky glue. Now, paper piecing, as I said a moment ago, you can then tape this down. However, with this technique, what's quite good is if you use this as a template. So all that I would then just do is using my tacky glue, I would just add a bit of glue and then I would just paper piece these back into place.
You do need a bit of patience for this.
You
don't
do. Yep, you need a bit of patience for this one, but it's so therapeutic, and the result once you're finished, it really does look outstanding. So I'm just going to do just a couple of wee bits more, or a couple of wee bit more, and then let's take. So some of the bits will still be within the die. So just if I find the one that I'm needing, which is here. Paper piece these back into place, not that one. Is it this one? Here we go. So
This is like the trickiest jigsaw puzzle ever.
It is, isn't it? Because you'll be a lot slower
Yeah.
than me, you can then just take your time. Now, what I like to do when it comes to paper piecing is when I said just leave this so it's free flowing. Once you've paper pieced whatever pieces you want to do, and then once they're dried, you then get the effect of the actual die cut that's on the outside, but then you get the paper pieced effect on the background.
Got you.
So you can, of course, secure that completely if you want, or you're going to get kind of like a two-for-one design.
Yeah, I like that.
Just so that's how, just have a little play when it comes to your design, and then of course you can be using this elsewhere. So if I just pop that one to the side, and then just one that I have already added a bow. So if I bring this one in, so we can see just here. Oh, there we go. It was me. So we can see I just need to press my acetate back in, just like so. And then this one I had secured the full acetate to the back.
Yeah.
But it just lets you see how you've got that effect there. So when it comes to the paper piecing, it's simply just by adding your tacky glue to pop them back in.
Absolutely gorgeous, and you know, again, some really inspirational demos from your man Craig. Really beautiful, like the new papers, says Stacey. Rosalind on Facebook says, Craig, your demos are so inspirational. And Lynn Harvey on Facebook, that rose dye is gorgeous. Paper piecing is definitely worth the time that it takes. And don't forget as well, I feel like I've done this before. Don't forget as well, with this collection, if you're a Platinum member, you get an extra 20% off. So it could be 124 or 166.40. But you're probably wondering how you become a Club Inspire member.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a Platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a Gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Oh, it's back to me. Right, there we go. That is how you join Club Inspire. And that's the brilliant thing, whether you are a silver, gold or platinum member, of course, you will be making savings. Like we said, platinum member on this saves you an extra 20%, brings that price down even more for you. But we are into the home straight here, sort of half an hour to go. So lots of demos, hopefully, to squeeze in before then. Don't forget, if there's any questions that you want to throw Craig's way over the course of the next half hour, you can do. That's what our masterclass is all about, getting those demos and hints and tips out for you, but also, you know, bringing you demos for, varying degrees of craft, whether you're just starting, whether you're, a crafting expert. Hopefully you can pick up something from these masterclasses. Get social with us on Facebook and YouTube, which I know loads of you have been doing. It's always lovely to read all of your comments. And of course, it's still a chance to get in your pictures as well. You can get sending those into a studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. And we'll share those pictures to the rest of the world. Right, I think we've got a couple more demos to come. But if you haven't seen the bundle, let's have a quick look through it, and I'll read out everything that you're going to get with this, because it is a massive, massive collection. Hopefully you've been watching since the start and you've got a bit of an idea as to what you're going to be getting. So as far as dies are concerned, you're going to get all these beautiful dies. The Rambling Rose, Adorning Lace, the Climbing Rose. Those are your wooden pieces, the frames there, which you can only get within the set. You've got your beautiful foliage in there. You're thinking of you guys embossing folders. That's the 3D Rose embossing folder. We've then got that gorgeous ground lace embossing folder there as well. That's your floral Floribunda die, which comes with it. You've got 3 frame dies. You've got your stamps included. Those are your dies that you're going to use for your flower forming. This is the gorgeous Rambling Rose background die. You've also got in there stamps. Look at that gorgeous rose stamp. That's also included. You've got all the paper as well. This 12 by 12 paper pad, you get a 6x6 version of it as well. You get a 12 by 12 vellum pad, 6x6 vellum pad as well, and then you're also going to get your A4 mixed paper collection. There you're seeing your flower forming foam, which you get with it as well. That comes with 400 stamens. This is your A4 luxury mixed cardstock as well. And with the collection, only available with the collection as well, you do get your wax with the sealing kit as well. So it's a massive bundle. We know that you love it. We know that loads of you have already got it. So do send in those pictures so we can see what you've been up to. But if you want to grab it today, you can do 155 or 208, saving 25%. As I mentioned, most of the items from this set are available individually, save from the climbing rose. The 12 by 12 vellum's not available. The A4 cardstock's not available. The wooden frames aren't available, nor is the wax kit. I mean, it's quite a lot of it which isn't available, so go for the collection if the budget stretches, and a big saving for you there as well. Right, enough rambling from little old me. Let's head over. Apparently, you're going to be doing 2 more demos before 3 o'clock.
We are indeed.
Good.
I'm going to do everything I can to get 2 more demos. So, with this one here, we're going to be mixing. Now, keeping in mind, you may have seen, there's not an actual foil... Just, we're not ready yet. There's not an actual foil press stamp within the collection.
No.
But you can still use it.
Ah.
So what we're going to do is let's bring in our foil press. Lots of ideas, inspirations, tutorials on our Facebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the Ramblin' Rose die. So we've got the Ramblin' Rose. What I've also got is I've also taken some white smooth cardstock, and I've just taken some of our gold papercraft foil.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is, with this size die, I've already got it ready, 35 seconds. So I'm just going to pop that on just like that, and then I'm just going to press start. So that's going to do the countdown. What I am just checking to see if, never thought this one out to the start, did I? Just looking to see if I've got my foil press platform.
That's the other thing that Craig asked me to do today. 3 things. He said plug in the iron. He said get the Gemini ready, and also make sure you've got the Gemini foil press platform available as well, which I forgot to do. So that's 3 things I was supposed to do today, which I didn't. So apologies about that, Craig. Next time I'll be more organised. Pardon you.
There we go, pardon me. So what we'll do then is, of course you could use your larger new 9x12 Gemini foil press. What I'm just going to do, because I've got it here all ready to go, and I already had this base platform ready to go, I'm just going to use my large Gemini with my extender plate.
Yep.
So because this is already done the countdown, what I'm then just going to do is pop my actual foil over the top, and then this is, I said it was white smooth, it's not, it's actually our Centura Pearl. Popping that over the top, just going to pop my extender plate on, and I'm just going to slide that one out. So we're just sliding that one out, and then I'm just going to, let's move that out of the way, and we're just going to just position that in, and then hopefully my plate will then just not kind of buckle over. So it's this one then comes out. So what you're going to find is you're going to find all of that detail, instead of it die cut, all of it die cut, it's going to have foiled instead. So if I then bring that in, so actually you can already see from up above how you've got kind of like that transferred look. So then if I then peel that one off, look at that.
Oh,
so
yes.
No longer is it just die cut, look at all that foiled detail. So the lines are obviously really, really thin, but still, look at the intricate detail you've got. So don't just use it as a die, use it so that you can then foil onto it as well. So what I've already done is I've trimmed that one down, and then I have just matte and layered that onto a bit of gold cardstock that I had. So if I bring that in there, we can see that there. So I just trimmed it down and just matte and layered it onto a bit of black cardstock, added a few gold gems. Then what I've also done is just a piece of the blue, it's kind of like the Centura Pearl cardstock within the bundle, slight bit of black matte and layering on an A5 card blank. So I've just popped that on into place. So let's layer this one up, and then what we're also then a way to do, we'll do a bit of stamping. So we're going to bring in the Ravishing Rose. So this rose is where you actually layer up the colours.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to pop that one on, so we're good to go. So that can go into place like that. So then what I can do bringing in my larger stamping platform. You can use your 4x4 or your 6x6, 8x8, but I'm using my 8x8 with the big platform.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to bring in, this is just a white smooth stamping card. I think someone's been using this as an alternative. Brenda, this is very, very sticky.
Oh,
Was it Debbie Fisher, was it?
Apparently.
Very, very, very sticky.
Oh,
but
Debbie.
hey ho, we'll go for it. So what I'm going to do is, that's not white smooth, that is more Centura Pearl. There is white smooth there. So it's our white smooth stamping card, because this is where you're going to get the good result. So just using that as our magnetic disc to hold it down. Now within our layering rows, what you'll find, just like many of our other layering ones, you get your 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
So this is where it's not essential to use this actual base platform, however, it is a lot easier to use it. So we're just going to bring in my larger plate, and then I'm going to, just as a bit of a guide, because you've got all of these lines to choose from, I always just like to use my low-tack tape. So if I use my low-tack tape, and then I'm just going to, just roughly, I'm going to see, because obviously I want to make sure I've kind of got it within the right place. So what I'm just going to do on this one here, so I'm just checking, wait, so there we go. So that is the right way of my rows, I can see. So what I'm just going to do is that way. So I'm just going to press that into place just there. And there, I'm just going to maneuver that just into one of the lines that I need, which is that one there. So if I turn that around, so I know that I've got this line guide here that I want to follow. So I'm just going to neaten that one up, just right in with that 90-degree angle. And what I'm going to do, just so that I remember when it comes to the other rose layers, I'm just using my low-tack tape, just so that I can now remember which guide or which line to line up with. So then what I can do, let's bring in our quick dry. So let's go and use our pink tulip, we're going to use our fuchsia, we're going to use our plum jam, and then we're also going to use the pine tree. So what I'm doing is pink tulip, so we're starting with the lightest tone first.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just layer the ink up. And what I like to do when it comes to our layering as well as our quick dry, I do them 3 times to really enhance the colour. So stamping it once, if I remove that on, you can leave it like that if you so wish, and then come along with your next layer. But just to really enhance the colour, I'm going to stamp it again. And because I'm using my stamping platform, I know that I'm going to get it bang on exactly the same place every single time. So there's a second time.
Yeah.
And then to really actually just bring that layer, bring that colour to life, I'm just going to pop another layer on. So each layer I'm going to do 3 times. And as I say, it's not essential to do it 3 times, but if you really want to enhance that colour to make it stand out, then that is a big difference from just that one layer of colour.
Yeah.
So then what I can do is let's go on to layer number 2. So if I bring my stamp set so I can see layer number 2, because there's a little number 2 there. So take that one off, and then what I'm just doing is, once again, using that 90-degree angle just there that I've already done with my low-tack tape, I'm just going to just line that up once again. And then we can go into the next tone, the mid-tone, which is going to be the fuchsia. And we're just going to line that one up like that with our ink pads. And then we're going to do the next layer.
Okay.
So once again, leave it with just that one impression if you want. But to really enhance it, I'm just going to stamp it again. And because we're on the large platform with our magnetic discs, I'm going to get that bang on exactly where I had it before. So then there we go, it just enhances it, even the difference already. And then let's do one more. And then that can then go over the top, like so. That really makes it stand out.
It does.
And then last but not least, let's do the third layer. So then that's going to be number 3. And once again, using that 90-degree angle, that can then just go into there, lining it up, bringing in plum jam now. So we've gone from light, we've gone to mid, and then now we're going to that deep tone. And I'm just going to press, remove that, and look how much that makes it stand out.
Right.
and it really is worthwhile just spending a couple of more minutes and doing each layer 3 times.
That's why these stamping platforms come into their own as well, don't they?
They do.
Because you probably wouldn't attempt to do this so much without them, would you?
I wouldn't.
It'd be really hard to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No way would I chance that. So then what I'm just going to do is, let's just give this just a bit of a wipe. Then we're just going to come in just with the kind of like the stalk of the flower, which is also on the sheet. But there's just the one for this one, so there's no shading or that, so you don't need to worry.
Yeah.
So just take this one off. Then what I just do is line it up. So you've got that little impression just at that bottom part of the rose there. That's kind of where the top, the stalk's going to go. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to just press that on and then press that one. So I know now that I'm going to use my Pine Tree Quick Dry.
Yep.
Layer that one up and we're going to press. Now I'm not going to do this 3 times, Ben, because I really want to get that last demo done. Right. So I would do that 3 times again and look at that. Look how effective that is. Look how 3D that is, and that's just from your rose flower as well.
It's so effective, isn't it? Just by layering up the different levels of the stamp to create that really brilliant effect. And of course, all those stamps are available for you as well. And here we go, we can have a look. Look at this.
So just using one of our relatively new nesting dies, I just went all the way around, using that next size up, just within the blue pearl as well. That's I know it's not available separately, but if you get it in the bundle, you will be able to get it. Foam pads, layering it up once again, and then what this is going to do is this is then just going to go on top of our foiled layer that we've done. So pop that into place, take our backing off. So if I take these ones off, you could be using your tape if you want, but I'm going to bring this one into place. That can sit like that, just nicely. And then all that you would just need to do within that stamp set as well, you also get a stamp that says with love. So just on a small banner of white smooth cardstock, you would just stamp with love like I've done there. And same colours, blue and gold, just on a bit of matte and layering. And then I'm going to pop that just so it's across the middle like that one. So don't always think as though your sentiments have to be kind of right towards the bottom. Have them so that they are overlaid across. And then there we go. So this is a bit more of an advanced demo. So when that foiled background, that is just 35 seconds on low on your foil press and your gold paper craft foil.
Amazing. Greg, just brilliant. So much love for this demo. Loads of you saying how great that is. Darlene, the rose is absolutely gorgeous. Suzanne's saying on YouTube, I had no idea what that square was used for. That makes sense to me now, so thank you. And Suzanne saying Craig has all of the low-tack top tips today. Low-tack tape top tips, that's not easy to say. And also a quick question here from Lakieta on YouTube, who says, what happened to the hottie, Scotty, crafty, cute little elf? Don't know what you're talking about.
He'll be back. The elf will be back anyway. Yeah, the elf will be back.
Yeah, he's gone back on the shelf for now. Now, listen, this collection is amazing. We absolutely love it. You're loving it too because a quarter of the stock has gone. I think lots of people are going for this collection because they want to go for the lot, because there are a lot of the individuals that you can only get within this collection, like, for example, the wax seal kit. So you can only get that within this collection. I think it's great. You've got your 2 different coloured waxes in here. You've got your little wax seals as well. So one with the rose and one with the fleur-de-lis. And then you've got your handle to attach the actual sort of seal stamps onto. So that only comes with this collection. Then this beautiful rose, again, only comes with the collection. And I know lots of you absolutely love this particular die. So if you want to get this, you need to go for the Sarah Signature Rose Garden Complete Collection, because that is not available individually, nor, sadly, available individually is the wooden frame set. So with this, again, you get the beautiful wooden frames, and you get the 2 stunning wooden corners as well, only available within the collection, sadly. And also only available within the collection is the 12x12 vellum pad. This is absolutely gorgeous. So you've got 24 beautiful, I can't flick through it. Shall I undo it? Or shall I just show you the, okay, you just have to bear with me a second, dear. Craig, I gave you one job to do, to undo the sticky bits.
How many jobs did I give you to do today?
About 3.
How many did you do?
None.
Well, get my own back.
All right. Hang on a second. Just...
Do you need a hand to open it?
No, I can do it.
Okay. Only asking.
I just haven't got nails. Right there. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second, yeah? I'll just be on.
So as you can see, you get 24
Oh, unbelievable!
sided when it comes to your actual
it's one out.
vellums. All 24 that you can see just there. So these were actually just one of each that have come all the way out there. So Ken, just absolutely use them as on their own without any pattern papers, but they're nice just to complement. These could be wraps, die cut them, emboss them, do all these different techniques that you know and love, but it's within the vellums as well.
What are we doing now? Oh, we're going to go back over to Craig and do his final demo. In all seriousness, now is the time to shop. Loads of you have enjoyed the show again. Loads of you really, really appreciating Craig's demos. That last one in particular, Karen saying on Facebook, what a stunning flower. Never thought to do 3 layers or use tape to mark the proper spot. So thank you. And Margaret Crook on YouTube says, thank you, Craig, for showing us how to use the layering stamps. That was beautiful. They're so effective, aren't they? Really, really effective. And of course, that is just one part of this massive Sarah's Signature Rose Garden collection where you get all of the dies, the beautiful floral Floribunda is in there. You've got all these beautiful frame dies, stamps in there. You've got dies for your flower forming foam as you're seeing here. You've got embossing folders in there as well, that 3D embossing folder, that beautiful Rambling Rose dies included. There's the rose to allow you to stamp and layer out these beautiful stamps. You've got all of this cardstock in there as well, don't forget. So the 12 by 12 paper pad, that comes in a 6 by 6 size as well. You've then got your 12 by 12 vellums. The 12 by 12 vellum, of course, only available within the set. You've got a 6 by 6 version of that too. Then you've got your A4 luxury mix card set in there as well. And of course, don't forget you've got your flower forming foam too in the green, the red and the pink with 400 stamens as well. It's a massive collection and it covers off, doesn't it, so much of your crafting with your dies, with your stamps, with your embossing folders, with your paper, with your vellum, with your cardstock, with your flower forming foam as well. It's just a huge collection, a complete collection if you like, as a gift idea this Christmas as well for anyone who loves their crafting. Wow, what a gift this would be. Make sure you get it now. A quarter of the stock has gone. Now, a lot of you have been asking about those wooden frames, and I believe that is going to be Craig's final demo.
I am. We're going to go all out. We're going to make a large card. So I'm obviously going to condense a lot of the different techniques, but what we're going to do is by the end of it, we'll have an 8 by 8 card using the papers, using the frames, using the wooden chips. So what I've just done is using our paper pad as well as that cardstock within the bundle. So I've just taken our pattern paper. So just so you know, so that is 7.5 by 7.5. So this layer, I've got in my layers. So this layer is then going to be 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. Then this one is going to be it's going to be 8 by 8 for this one here.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is just layer these ones up. As always, I've done my mats and layers on my guillotine. If you do gut your cardstock and then you find it hard to mat and layer, if you're using double-sided tape, just take the ends off, because what happens when you gut your cardstock, it becomes very flimsy.
Oh yeah.
So what I tend to do is just turn the edges of my cardstock. That's then going to give you more maneuverability time for you to then secure it. So when you're happy, you can just press in the corners. That's secured slightly, but then just come along and pull your tape out, and then that's then going to just ensure that you're all nice, you're all secure, and you've got your mat and layer. So I'm just going to do that again onto a red layer. So these layers, I done an Insta story earlier, and Tracy knocked over a lot of stuff, and then I've come in the last time a demonstration, and you knock over a lot of stuff.
It's nothing. I was just. Fiona's out there. She's with me in the next show, so I was just doing a little, and then I caught my
and then
hand
you
on
caught
the
and knocked
thing,
it.
and then it knocked over. That would teach me to
That'll
be nice
teach
and
you.
wave at people, wouldn't it, eh?
That will teach you.
let me just put all this back together. You carry on. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Yeah,
I was
carry
doing
on.
nothing different other than just doing that mats and layers. So I just.
That's why I did it.
That's why you done it.
Yeah.
Just to pass that bit of time.
Just to pass a bit of time. I thought, do you know what can I do whilst he's just mattering and layering? I'll just knock over the set.
So we're just going to pop that onto my card blank. So that's that one. Then what I've also done is I've just brought in a piece of the vellum. So this one off the top of my head, so that one there was 7.5 by 7.5. I came down 1/2 inch. So this is 7 by 7.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've popped my adhesive into the middle. So we're just going to use our adhesive. Again, this could be your tape runner or your glue if you want. But what I've also done is I've popped some tape in each corner because we're actually going to be covering the corners up slightly. So not that you will see this adhesive through our vellum, but just in case you did, we're just covering up all the workings. So that goes over the top. So don't be scared to pop the vellum over pattern paper because you can still slightly see pattern paper coming through the vellum, just enhances that vellum effect. The only additional product I've used is one of our relatively new nesting dies that were out, I think it was last month or so. So I've just used one of them. I can't remember the name of it, but I've used one of them. So that's then just going to go into the middle.
Yeah.
So this is where this would help to cover up any of your adhesives for your vellum. Then what I'm going to do, bringing in another piece of our red cardstock. So this I will die cut. So I'm just going to go back to my metal frames. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this larger one. And we're just going to pop these ones through. So all of these, including the embossing folders, they're all going to go through a certain machine that Sarah and Joe are launching at the end of the week.
What machine could that be?
I don't know, Ben. I wonder, what machine could I be possibly meaning?
I have no idea what machine you are talking about.
I don't know. The Americans out there might.
Oh, yes. Could you be talking about... Why are we talking about this? Could you be talking about the Gemini MIDI?
Maybe.
No, MIDI, not maybe. We're launching this, right, so let me get this right because I got this wrong yesterday. There's a sneak peek of this on Friday, the 13th, at 1, and then we're launching it officially on Saturday at 4 in the Craft House. I think that's right. I'm sure they will tell me in the gallery in a second if I'm wrong, but I think that's right. Sneaky peek on Friday, launches officially in the UK in the Craft House on Saturday at 4, the Gemini MIDI. Very excited about this, and as I know lots of you are as well. So that is coming your way this weekend.
There we go. So yeah, so all these dies, whether small, large, or the embossing folders, will go through your MIDI as well. So there we go. So that is our frame die cut in the red, and just beforehand I've just added some tape to the back. So all that I'm just doing is this layer can then be just on the one level. And then what I've also done is I've taken just a piece of ivory card from my stash, just like this one, as well as a little piece here. So what I'm just going to pop that one on, just like that one. So we're just actually nicely just focusing in your eye to the middle. So what I'm doing now is let's just bring in our middle die. So although I'm saying about the MIDI, a lot of these smaller ones, these the flowers, the swirls, they're going to go through your mini as well as your MIDI. So what I'm going to do is pop that one on as well, and then just layer these ones through, because I'm going to then just stamp on this one in a moment. So just let that go, and when I hear that distinctive little noise there, pausing it, and then I'm just going to reverse it, so that's then going to come out. Bringing in our stamp set. So let's go for, we've got quite a few different ones. Let's go for Friends Are Flowers in the Garden of Life. So we'll go for that one. And again, we're just going to use our black ink. But like I said earlier on, I'm going to go back and I'm going to use my waterproof ink. Although I'm not adding any watercolour to it, I just find I get a nice effect, a nice smooth readable image. So Noir Black and our stamp. So we're going to just layer this one up just within the middle, just here. Now what you're going to find with this one is you can stamp and then die cut if you want. It is going to be a nice snug fit. That was intentional. So I'm just going to stick my head in the way just for a moment, just so I can make sure kind of lined up, which I am. So there we go. So I'm quite happy that I've got that lined up now. And then I'm just going to press. like so. So then there we go. We've got a nice stamped image within the middle. What I've also done, I've already done this in green card. Now look at this die. You wouldn't think that this shape came within the collection, would you?
No, you wouldn't.
That is from our frame. And then
trimmed.
all that I just done is just along this. You'll see there's a slight embossed edge. You'll see it when you get it at home. I'm just cutting around. I'm not going to do it all. I'm just following it around until I've got rid of all that excess bits. And then that gives me with a nice dotty edge all the way around. Bring this one in with my pads already in place. And I hold no apologies for this one being very, very high up with dimension. Some of them you can get away with. So let's layer that one up. Then our one with our stamp scent, let's just pop in a couple of pads. And then we're going to bring in some of our frames. Now, I am going to be really cheeky with this one because I'm actually using 4 corners. Now, I know you only get 3 within the set, and I don't think we can get the chip wood individually, can we?
No.
So alternatively, what you could do is, because your die cut matches your die or the shape, use your die cut pieces instead.
Oh yeah.
So we're just going to bring these ones in. I'm even going to bring in the oval frame, which also comes within the set just here. So just using our glue gel. So we're just going to layer this one up. So see how I've already die cut that in the ivory, but I'm still going to add my frame over the top. So that can then just go over the top there. So you still see a bit of the ivory, just the ivory popping out. So then we're going to bring in our chip wood or chipboard shapes. Now, Ben, you can colour these with your classics, your tri-blends, your aqua pens, your sparkle pens.
Yeah.
You can absolutely colour these ones. Sparkle pens or aqua pens, you might need to just go over it a couple of times because that really will soak up the water, and it'll also soak up your ink, but you can even heat emboss it if you want. Go over with your watermark ink pad, use your heat pad.
Look how that looks.
So that's bringing them in, and then to finish off, go back and watch our demonstration earlier on where I done our flower forming foam with our roses. So let's just use our glue gel, and we're just going to pop them to the side. So let's just layer these ones up. So layer that one, doing 3 of them. And then what we're also going to add in is these little swirls that I'm finding I'm using so many times. If I bring these ones in, so we've got these dies within the set as well. So if I just lean over to mine and see if we can quickly show you, which is these ones. So you get the 2 of them, slightly different. So I've just die cut these out in the green linen effect card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not adding any additional detail or additional adhesive to the back. I'm just going to poke them in. That glue gel underneath is going to grab hold, just making sure that I've gone through my glue gel underneath, which I have. And again, as like the full 2 hours, I've just wanting that free flowing movement. So I'm just bringing this last one in. That one I can tuck under, snip into them if you want to, make them smaller if you want to. But we've gone from starting off with a really simple card right at the beginning of the 2 hours. And what we've done using our foil press, using our stamping platforms, we've then just built up to a more detailed card when it comes to an 8x8. And that was what I really wanted to do with this 2 hours, Ben, is start very, very easy and just end up with a real detailed, intricate, using so many products and absolutely using a humdinger of a collection to make that card.
Craig, congratulations, because you have just won my demo of the day! Woo!
Well, I have no doubt that come later on, Fiona is going to wipe the floor with me with her demonstrations.
Oh.
But I appreciate that one. Thank you.
It will have to go some way to beat that one. I tell you what, just fantastic, eh? Brilliant demonstrations. Loads of you have been messaging in saying much you love that demo. Joanne saying love it. Marilyn, I love all that layering. Grix are all on YouTube. I think it's beautiful. Lots of you messaging in. So thank you so much for all of those. Quick look at this collection, right? Because you get so much. I'm going to have to fire through these very quickly because I've only got 2 minutes left. So you're going to get with this your Grande Lace embossing folder, also in the collection. You have got your Rose Trellis 3D embossing folder, also included. You've got this beautiful rose stamp, the Ravishing Rose, which we saw a little bit earlier on. Next up, you've got all of your Happiness Bloom stamps as well, absolutely gorgeous. Some really wonderful sentiments and phrases within that. Next up is your Thinking of You die. That is included, as is your Fancy Flora Bunda. That's in there. Also included your Filigree Foliage. Next up is your Traditional Rose, great for all of your flower forming. That's in the collection, as is your Regal Frame. 3 of those you get within the collection. You can get that individually as well. There's the wooden frames. You can only get those in the bundle, exclusive to the bundle if you want to recreate Craig's demo. You've then got in there as well the beautiful Climbing Rose, again exclusive to this bundle. You've then got your Wax Seal Kit, exclusive to the bundle. You've also got which one's that one? The Rose Corners. Those are in the kit, as is the beautiful Adorning Lace and the Rambling Roses as well. With all of that, oh no, don't knock it over now, Ben. You also get all of your papers as well. You're going to get your vellum. This comes in a 12x12 and a 6x6 pad. You're then going to get all of your papers as well, a 12x12 and a 6x6 pad. You're also then going to get your flower forming foam, and you're going to get 400 stamens to go with it. On top of that, you've also got your luxury mixed cardstock as well, which is in these gorgeous colours. You've got some pearlescent, some textured finish, but all of that is included. And that is your lot. £155, $208 for that collection, 25% off. That is the way to go if you want the best value for money. Got to say a big thank you to the main man, Craig. When are you back?
Thank you very much, Ben. I am not back till Monday. I've got launch day. Just to say as well, this is the one I've done where I used the die cut pieces instead of the chipboard, if you want to do that instead. So tell you what, go across to my Facebook and my Instagram, Craig Laird CC, and I'm going to give both of these away. Have a look out. I'll post something later on tonight for more details, but we'll give them away.
Thank you so much, Craig. We will see you very soon. I will see you in an hour's time. Creative Cravings is here. I'll be joined by the lovely Fiona, so we will see you in about an hour. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.